Mm-hmm.
The Latin joke while we're waiting. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Cicero is giving a speech in the Senate. And one of the senators arrives like 15 minutes late. And he sneaks in, he gets to his seat, sits down, turns to the guy next to him. He says, "So what's he talking about?" And the senator turns to the guy and says, "I don't know. He hasn't gotten to the verb yet."
Because in Latin, the verb is at the end of the sentence.
Yeah, Cicero is particularly known for dragging out a sentence for like a half a page with 17 different subordinate clauses. It's hilarious. Anybody know anybody in Tennessee?
Okay, sorry,
Oh, there she
a little
is.
bit held up there. We just got some paperwork. What the heck just happened? Okay, that was odd.
I can hear you though.
I just clicked to change tabs and it opened a new window. I don't know why.
We
One of his eyes is just completely yellow.
Michael is coming in just a couple minutes, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta talk with him about his internship thing. Didn't update on that yet.
Apparently, he's starting a new position in January, so things are going to be interesting.
Okay, I wasn't sure when that started. That was my main question for him, actually.
Yeah.
User joined your channel.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Feedback test, everybody.
Hello.
Am I echoing?
Test. 1 2 1 2. No, it's looking pretty good. Nothing's
Sound
coming
good
through.
to me? Sound good to me, buddy.
That's what she said.
Sounds good. Hello.
How you feeling, Alana? Sounds like you've been sick a while.
No, it was just a couple weeks ago, and then everything's been kind of shut down for the holiday. Oh, that was something I saw in the Discord yesterday. Did you run your game on Sunday, Shadow?
As scheduled, yes, I did.
Okay, I hadn't even looked at Roll20 because I just thought everything was skipped for the week
Yeah,
for Thanksgiving.
no worries. I mean, it happens. But yeah, I had the scheduled date for the for that Sunday, and we did it.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Okay, so did you guys had just taken care of the group of orcs that came at you on the winding your way down the hillside to the stream, correct?
Mm-hmm.
stretch. Hang on. Okay, apparently I had a wood chip stuck to my back. I was out cutting firewood earlier. Anyhow, okay, so everybody get your 250 experience for being here on time and all that.
Yay.
Alright. Okay, get all zoomed in. We are here at the river.
Is it any easier getting everybody through?
Okay, so the rest of the guard shift is uneventful. Or the rest of the evening is uneventful after the people work.
Was there anything on them?
Do you guys all get your experience on that?
I thought you had posted it. Yeah. It
Yep.
was 14 henchmen, 16 for the warriors.
Yeah. That
Or
was, a
PC's
huge
14.
encounter.
I mean, yeah.
Woohoo.
The only thing I wasn't sure if we had gone over if they'd had anything on them of value or otherwise.
Just their, ragged, stinky armor and some poorly made spears.
Okay. Can we start loading up all this junk into Wia's wagon to see allow? You got lots of room in there.
Uh-huh.
Yep, he sure does. You can put anything you want in there.
Sorry,
What we all
I'm
don't
on
know
the
is it's a
the
wagon of
sawdust
holding.
creeping its way down my back is really annoying.
Somebody should make a little handout with a wagon inventory for stuff that gets tossed in there.
What do you think the party loot?
Oh, well, it's your wagon. You have a character sheet to do that with.
I would rather have something public that people can edit.
It's all good. No, I was just joking. I'm afraid for how much longer we can bring that wagon over this territory.
Well, covered wagons
Okay,
cross the entire
so
United States without a
onward.
single road. So I think we can cover this.
That doesn't mean it was easy, darling.
Oh no, I don't think there was anything easy about it.
Okay. So continuing on the next morning.
I believe so. Still headed for the westernmost outpost there, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any more signs of those
right.
big giant tracks?
We saw a picture of.
No, you left those behind a couple miles ago, then.
Okay.
Gannon and I saw a picture of someone on a beach had made a big giant footprint, and the meme said, "You roll a 2 on your check or tracking," and the guy standing inside the footprint. I said, "Shannon, did you roll a 1?"
Okay. Sorry,
I
Lynn.
was like, I think there's a dwarf nearby.
No, I said pixie because pixies could fly.
Okay, sorry. My sweetie was talking to me for a second there. I kind of missed what you guys just said. I
Oh,
just
is
heard
it-
you talking.
I'll type it out so you
It was the
read in
OC
context.
stuff. Go ahead and
Yeah.
continue with the game.
Okay. Okay, so it takes about another hour to work your way down the rest of the hill to the river. At this point, it's really just a small stream, and so the crossing is not an issue. You do notice that as you're um, coming across the stream, there are it looks like
Excuse me.
along along the banks, 10, 15 feet off each side, there are cracks in the rocks embedded in the hillside that are seeping water, and it looks like this is continuing all down along the banks. So the source is rather widespread for the stream here.
Okay.
So once you get up across the stream and about 400 yards up the other side, you see a faint trail running east-west along the north side of the freshet there, and it's in 2 lines, but it's actually narrower than a cart. It looks like probably from columns of troops moving through. Not super fresh. It's not really a road or a path, but it's kind of the trail that was cut through the underbrush as the soldiers moved out to their position there.
Guess we'll take it and continue west.
Okay. Shoot.
Is it getting difficult for the wagon to make it through here?
It's getting a bit easier. You march the troops through a relatively level section here, so it winds a little bit, but not horribly. 16th of April. Just double checking, catching back with my date. All right, so about an hour after noon,
We
you hear some muttering and squabbling down in the gully with the from the stream bed.
So
And
we
grab the map.
hold up a minute.
Grab a map for this.
I was gonna say, what language was it in?
No, not one any of you recognize.
So how do we know what they were talking
Sounds
about?
kind of. I didn't say what they were talking about.
Can we determine the tone?
I said some muttering and squabbling
Squabbling. Okay.
by the tone of voice.
Okay. Squabbling. Okay. How can we determine a number, or are we at a point where we kind of held up our movement? Can we get into position to see them a little more stealthily?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a certain map,
Okay.
and I'm not seeing it. Damn it. Do it. What the heck happened to it? Did it? Oh, I forgot to load it onto a page. Okay. That was serious goof up. Okay. Carrying over the hill, you see a group of what looks like about kind of hard to count at this distance, about 200 feet away, a group of kobolds.
Dozen
That
more or
are
less. Rough?
they're in the stream bed, roughly a dozen, and they seem to be with each other.
They seem to be
They're
what
all-
each other?
Say again?
What are they doing to each other? You said they seem to be something.
They seem to be having an argument.
Oh,
They seem to be having an argument. There's four on one side, facing the rest of the group, which are kind of crowded in on each other, and they're arguing and pushing back and forth over something in the water. And okay.
perhaps they argue over a treasure. Mayhap we slay them and take it.
Yeah. Something. And no one can speak their language, yeah?
What was that?
No one can speak their language, no? As I said to the party.
I don't think anybody has cobbled.
Filthy little beast.
Wrong one, damn it. Sorry.
Perhaps someone in the party speak another language that they know.
What other language would they know?
I've got a sword. I think that speaks loud enough.
Orcish,
Yeah.
Goblish, Dwarvish, Gnomish.
Haha. Sorry, I'm trying to get this map set up and it's not
Okay.
quite cooperating.
I would imagine kobolds may speak some sort of other goblinoid, seeing as how other goblinoids live in the same place as they do. Do they not?
Yeah. Is anyone able to speak any of those other alternate languages? I cannot.
Sorry, no.
What about the bard?
Oh yeah, he speaks every language in the world.
Okay.
You said we're a couple 100 feet away, and I guess we could see what the terrain looks like, whether how close we can get without announcing ourselves.
Okay. So this will be the Oh,
I don't see nothing.
yeah, I know. I just accidentally started dropping your characters on the map layer.
There we go.
Okay, I am seriously having problems. My coordination is completely shot today, apparently. Okay, so you guys see your tokens?
Yes.
Okay. Get your auxiliary stuff out in there. vehicles and animals,
I'm
etc.
I'm assuming we heard this, so kind of had the group of us stop and may have actually dismounted to get a closer look without, getting the horses and that into a clearer view of whatever things were ahead of us.
Oh, hell no, I'm not dismounting. Larry and
Well,
I are a
then
team.
that's fine. I'm just saying I would, and trying to direct that maybe the party, and the horses and that stay back until we see what the heck's ahead of us, rather than announcing ourselves so loudly. But that's just me. Whether you followed what I was trying to imply or not, it's up to you.
I understand, but all I'm saying is Zelfa ain't getting off Larry. She'll just duck.
So, like I said, in my case, I'm assuming that my pony and Shigo and her horse are off map to the north.
Can we see what's in the water?
At that distance, not really. Just there's a dark lump between the two groups that are arguing with each other.
We can see something in the water. I mean, we can see some kind of lump.
I mean, it could be a rock for all you can
Right,
tell at this
but
distance.
we see some type of object between them in the water.
Right, there's something in the water between them.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll attempt to move silently and get a better look at the situation, whatever angle I need to move to accomplish that. Are we in combat turn order yet, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, so much for that then. Let's see.
Let me close it and reopen it. There you go. See the turn tracker now?
Mm-hmm. We'll need two.
Does everybody see their listings in the turn tracker?
I see my single listing. I don't see a double yet.
Yeah, I'd like a second attack if I can have one.
Are we bidding for number of attacks? Can I take four?
Okay.
Depends on your weapon.
Stallion 5, Vic 12, the 10. Trying to see which ones are the most recent ones here. Stallion 13. Because it's got. Alright.
What the hell? Hang on a second.
Zilpha also, if you have the time.
Yeah, I've got leftovers in there from last time, and trying to sort out what happened.
For some
You're
reason
rolling
he had,
initiative for your mule, Gallium.
yeah. For some reason he had 6 on his weapon speed, but it should be 3.
And I'm on Larry, so I'm going to bring Larry over. Get on him.
One second, guys.
No problem.
Okay, sorry. All right. Who has what in the turn tracker? Because I'm not. Apparently, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing.
My order is I'm seeing the combat round, Thalion, Kvik, Ed, Zilpha, Wea, Thalion, Bakanith.
Yep.
Okay, so everybody's seeing it all. Okay.
I need a second attack, though. Zilpha does. He's shooting. Thank you, dear.
Thalion, I'm just putting all 3 in there. If you're not only doing one thing or whatever, if you don't have your second attack with your main hand this round, then
I
you
changed
can
it.
just skip it or duplicate it, whatever.
Kvik as well, please. Second
And
attack.
Vic, you need a second?
Yes, please.
Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, there is no surprise. Sort it. All right. So as you're coming up, you see the two in the front on the group on the one side of the object step up to the others, and they're kind of slapping at each other, not really bringing weapons around and stuff, but
Bitch fight.
almost free
Pushing,
speech.
shoving.
Pulling hair.
Yeah, they're pushing and shoving at each other and slapping each other a little bit. One of them kind of dives on top of whatever it is, and he's like hugging this big lumpy object in the stream. It's like wrapping his arms and legs around it, trying to hold on to it. For some reason or other.
Okay.
So
I stand up on the hill. Hello?
You what?
I stand on the hill. I'm assuming that those streams lower ground, so I'm staying on top of the hill, where higher elevation.
Okay. So, are you
Sorry,
moving?
I
Are you doing
meant to
anything right? I mean,
Holy shit. Ed, what are you doing?
I said I'm standing on the hill.
That's it.
Does
That's
that
all he's
mean-
doing. Is
Does that
standing
mean
on
you're
the hill.
waiting?
you're
Yeah.
just standing there.
Yes.
Cool.
I said next in order.
Okay then. Machinist.
Alright, Machinus is gonna take cover over here in the tree.
Alrighty. Stallion.
Alright, Salian is going to walk down the hill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's going to take cover right there. And he's going to continue observing the kobolds.
What's the rest of the vegetation like here?
Okay. Ed, you're on 4 and 8? Alright, I don't know what happened there.
I'm not seeing Ed on 8.
Okay, that can go away then. Stallion, offhand, you're still just observing, correct?
Yep, waiting. Waiting for them to get closer.
Okay. Zilpha?
What kind of, this looks kind of like tree roots or something down here. What is this?
What is what?
I'm
Oh,
pinging
yeah,
it.
that's just roots from the trees.
Roots, but this
Yep.
is actual
Roots,
cover.
deadfall branches. That down there is just gravel along the side of the stream.
Okay. Is there anything that's actual cover?
Well, there's the trees.
Which are what, these
There's
things?
these big trees.
Okay. Well, she's gonna ride
They're
down.
big pine trees.
She ain't a fear to these dudes. So, we're gonna go. That should be good enough. And she'll point herself at these dudes. And nobody else seems to be doing anything, so I guess I'll just wait. But I've got my bow out, and I'm ready to shoot this dude right here in the face if he so much as looks at me funny. I don't want to be the
Alrighty
first
then.
dude to spoil the mood, but I'll be the second dude to spoil it. I promise you that.
Okay, correct.
I'm done.
All right. How tall is the vegetation on the ground?
Ground cover. It's kind of thin, scrubby.
So is there anything for me to have ducked behind here other
Maybe
than
a foot to
tree?
18 inches tall. There's trees. There's, some piles of deadwood and roots. Some of those stick up about 2 feet.
Okay. If I get to here, is there anywhere that I could have gotten cover along the way to hide?
Do you get to where?
Between my ping and where I'm at now, is there any place that I could have ducked behind to get to hide? Or can I hide where I'm at?
Yeah, you guys are kind of kept. Well, you have concealment from the tree branches where
Right.
you're at.
So I need something where I can, hide as a rogue.
Well, all it takes is concealment. You've got
Okay.
that.
All right. That's my action for the moment.
Okay. We.
Mm. I would say we is going to move up the wagon.
You're what?
Moving up with did we leave all the horses and wagons behind?
Well, if you didn't get it out, I've left my horse behind, but apparently other people have. It was your choice. So if you're with your wagon, then drag it out there.
Okay. No, if they have the horses behind, that's fine. I can deal with that. If I'm walking here, would they be able to see me?
Well, yeah, you cross through. They have line of sight up there.
All right. He's going to begin playing the flute, and he's going to wave at the kobolds. Friendly wave.
Okay.
And hopefully that
Okay,
adjusts
as
the
he's
reaction.
moving down and starts playing his flute, the one at the back turns and looks up towards you and starts hollering something. And the whole group of them turns kind of towards you, and they close in around whatever it is in the stream.
Oh, like they're protecting it with their bodies?
Yeah. I think.
Uh-huh. And the four on the bottom are still kind of slapping each other around, while the ones up further on the top are turning towards you guys. Or turning towards you, at least.
Yeah, just to clarify, he is playing the
Except
song
his ear.
to influence the reactions.
Okay. Use your
What you're about to
tracker
see,
feed.
hear, and feel are the memories of your ancestor who's been dead for 500 years.
What do you want from me?
Your past. Cal, you're an assassin.
I'm beginning to like this.
All right. I don't know why you moved way down there, but okay. The one of the closest to you turns and he's hollering and something. Okay, wait. I need to double check languages real quick. What languages does everybody speak, please?
Trade language and the nothing of important. Isalto. Isalto
Irvani,
derogatory.
Irvani in trade language.
Esprar and Deregi trade language.
Ivani, Doregi, and then magic languages. And Gypsy.
Okay, so nobody is understanding him. The ones on the one on the furthest point down moves up. They stop bitch slapping each other finally. And says in Isalto, big people fix who gets sack. Big sack and river. We want big sack. We don't know who gets big sack though.
I'll kind of whisper to Thalion. They're speaking of Salto. They want us to fix their problem.
What race speaks Asalto?
Halflings in the area of oh shoot, what part of the country was that, Elena?
Valuable.
Yeah, valuable.
Valuable.
It's the language of valuable area.
Oh, interesting.
And he's asking us to help them with make the decision of who gets what's in the river.
Interesting. Let the
One
bard
right
have it.
here in the middle that dived on top of it is trying to pick it up, and he obviously can't. And you think the ones that are all looking towards you now are smiling, though it's kind of hard to tell on a kobold's face. There's a lot of teeth showing.
Could be
but
grinning or
you
growling.
think it's
right?
friendly. Yeah.
They're either grinning or growling.
Hard to tell.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. So, what should I tell him? I have my thoughts on how to solve this, but
Perhaps you could find out what's in the bag.
I'll call up and Assalto. What's in the bag?
Big bag from Dead Giant.
Oh, like really big? Like that big? As tall as the tree?
Taller than these trees.
Yep, that's the one. We're sent here to get that bag
same
back
size
for
as
him.
These trees. No, they're two giants stomping around.
Yep.
And
we're here to get that bag
the one
back
that
for the
as
giant.
big as these trees ran off, and the one that was bigger than these trees, he's dead now. This his bag.
Yep.
He's been rolling and rolling and rolling it for days, and it got stuck in the river, and now we can't get it out.
Yeah. Well, we're here to get that bag back. It's our job.
What are they saying?
You want the bag? But we dragged the bag for days. Well, roll and kick and
Yep.
Grumph broke his foot.
Oh, that's too bad. But yeah, we're here to get the bag back, and I'll kind of relay real quickly to Thalian what.
I'll say to the guy that's making the translation, why don't we just offer him 5 gold pieces and tell him that thank you for the dragging it for us.
Might offer that as a reward. So, we'll.
But no one take gold from us. You have silver pieces?
Ah, we can give you 5 silver pieces for the bag. For bringing it this far for us.
5 for each of us. And then we don't
5
have
for
to
each of you.
kick back and Grumph break foot again. Well, it's a lot of work. We've been dragging it for days.
5 silver pieces is a lot of silver pieces. For each of you? 2 silver pieces for each of you.
4.
3. Final offer.
Have shiny coppers too? 3 silver and 10 copper.
10 copper total.
No. Wait, no, silver worth a
There's
lot
too
more
many.
than copper.
I can't count that high. Three silver each.
Handful of
and
copper equals a silver.
Alright. 3 silver, 3 copper each. Easy numbers.
Everyone turns and they're mumbling, kind of putting their heads together and mumbling a bit, and they turn back. Okay, but only the little one, only you little guy come up, or oh no, the funny guy with the mask. He bring the coins, and so we can see, and we know what 3 is because we have 3 claws on each hand.
Yep, easy numbers. Like I said.
All right, so do you guys give the money to you?
It's like, oh, you can chip in some too, can't you? Let's see here. What I got in hand. That's what, 36 each?
Is it
I
36
can
silver?
cover the silver easy enough.
Or you
As
mean
far
talking
as
about copper?
silver on hand. Do you get enough copper on hand?
Let me take my other character sheet.
My character has 8 silver pieces and 20 copper.
20? Okay, go ahead and push that in and I'll cover the rest, 16. And I'm covering
I
the
have
silver.
plenty of money. I'll give you some.
I got
Whatever
the
you
silver.
need.
I got the silver covered, just...
I have the copper. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
All right,
Make,
so
make the
yeah,
deductions and we give it to Leah to hand to him.
you'll go down there and give him the gold.
Silver and copper, not gold.
Yes.
Okay, as you get down to the edge of the stream across from them, they each kind of come up to you one by one and take their 3 coins of each and then move back to off to the other side of the river for the stream. So,
All right.
I'm gonna attempt to move silently closer to the situation.
okay, as they're
doing their thing.
with,
Yeah.
with the
I'm trying to stay in whatever cover I need to. Trying to get a closer look at what's in the river.
It appears to be a large leather bag.
Hopefully tied off.
I mean, really big. It's about 3 feet in diameter, rather lumpy, and about 2 feet tall. About a foot and a half of it is sticking up out of the water.
So you said the little giant was dead?
No, the little giant killed the big giant.
Little giant killed the big giant. Oh.
The white one killed the blue and gray one.
So we will go over and get the
blue, but the blue and gray one was a head taller than the white one.
How? How'd the little one kill the big one?
He threw rocks, and when he grabbed a rock out of he had a big bag like this too, and he pulled rocks out of it, and before he threw them, when he pulled them out, they started getting covered in ice, and then he threw them and smacked the other giant in the head, and he fell.
Wow. Well, thank you for bringing this bag to us. It was much appreciated.
Have fun dragging the bag. It's heavy.
We'll do fine.
And they all kind of just troop off to the south, playing with the coins in their back and forth, and chattering among themselves.
I'll call out. I think it's clear. How deep is the water here? Well, we can see the bag on the one side, but as far as in the
6 to
middle,
8 inches.
oh, it's only a few inches deep. Okay.
So we will bring the bag to the other side.
Well, yeah, if we can move it. Can we open the bag? Is the top of the bag still above the water?
Uh-huh.
And I imagine it's leather soaked. Me and Leo will try and move it. Can we move it?
Yeah, you open it up. There's actually no water inside the bag. It appears to be waterproof.
Okay.
Like the leather soaked with wax or something.
Right.
Or oil of some sort. You open it up, you look inside, there are about, from what you can see, there's probably 18 to 20 rocks that are oddly almost perfectly round.
Bullets for my sling.
About 4 to 6 inches, or about or 6 to 9 inches in diameter. There's other looks like a rather sorry looking smoked mutton chop in there, or a ham, a thigh of smoked mutton. It's rather sorry looking at this point. And several clay jars with what looks like flour and in them.
Hold off before you drag down.
And those are each of these jars is about a gallon size.
Interesting. Okay, we'll reseal the bag back up so it doesn't get in the water, and Dalian and Mackinac will get it moved out of there. So we just paid a bunch of silver for a bunch of rocks and some mutton. All right, updating party treasure with the information.
Don't forget the big waterproof bag.
Yes. You said each rock was about how big in size? How many inches?
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
It's big enough to throw a couple of people in.
How big were the rocks again? 6 inches in diameter, you said?
6 to 9 inches in diameter. Um,
Okay, the log's updated with the information.
It's far too heavy for Kvik, Leah, or Shannon to move on their own. Dalian, you can pick it up.
Well, yeah, he went over there with the mule
light
and
for how many of these big rocks are in there, but it's still relatively light. I mean, it's relatively light for having these rocks in there. I mean, it's still about 180 pounds for it.
Yeah, I pulled the bag out using Mackinac.
So, are we guesstimating that the weight of the material inside is heavier than what the bag actually weighs with it?
All told, it weighs just under 200 pounds.
Okay. Does this seem to equal the weight of the items inside the bag? I mean, if we took all the items out, would it feel like it was heavier than what it was when it was in the bag? Is that what you're implying?
Oh yeah, no, well, it seems for how many rocks there are and how big they are, it's light, not like magically lighter, but it just seems like the rocks aren't as heavy as they should be.
Okay.
I guess what I'm getting at.
Okay. Well, can we squeeze this into the wagon?
We can put it on top.
We eat tonight.
Said it was kind of sorry.
Yeah,
that
you
is
can
it
get it
just
in the
because it's
wagon,
been
not
mashed up.
Too big of a problem.
Normally I don't
Yeah,
like red meat, but
it's been battered around.
Being rolled over by the rocks.
The smoked mutton has been battered around in this sack as they've been kicking and dragging and rolling it for a couple of days now.
Was it wrapped at least to protect it from the dirt, or is it all just a dirty mess from being in there with the rocks?
Whatever there's some shredded cloth in there. So it was probably wrapped, but not anymore.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and have the mutton.
I shall wash it in the stream before placing it back in its wrapping.
Maybe that'll work. A little gritty.
Heating it up by the fire.
It'll be fine.
After heating it up by the fire, you won't know the difference.
I like the way you think.
I normally don't like to eat red meat,
All right then.
but this smoked mutton seems too good to be true. I shall have a stomach ache in the morning, I know it.
Okay then. Yeah, you'll know it. Edward, roll me a stone masonry check, please.
Okay. Incredibly good.
Do the option. Click on the check on your character sheet there. The die
Yeah,
next
I'm
to
getting over
stone
to the
masonry on your
character sheet.
yeah. Okay.
I made it by like 15. Where is the damn skills? Okay. Did that work? So yeah, it's not in my repertoire to work, so I made it by 13.
Okay, you didn't set up the macros to link to your attributes.
Right.
Okay. If you replace where it says strength, wisdom in those with the at symbol, curly bracket open, and then write out the attribute score, and then close it with another curly bracket, it'll actually, when you click those buttons, it'll actually reference your strength.
Yeah.
And
I put a
your
sample in
attributes,
the
your ability
TeamSpeak.
scores when you roll.
The sample is showing versus intelligence, but you just put whatever ability score. It's in the
That,
TeamSpeak chat.
Right.
Hold on. Oh, TeamSpeak. Gotcha.
Yeah. If you put those in that format for the attributes for your non-weapon proficiencies, then when you click the button, it'll reference your ability scores on your character sheet automatically. Okay, so yes, you made it. Yes, the rocks, all of these rocks appear to be geodes of some sort.
There.
Oh, it's working.
Hey, now it's working.
Damn.
Do I get XP for guessing that correctly?
Pretty.
Unfortunately, he's the one with proficiency, so.
XP for metagaming?
There was no metagaming. I guessed out of character.
Well, out of character, yeah, that's...
Okay.
Technically,
So we'll do the awesome experience.
since you failed the
for,
roll, we don't
no.
know in character.
A dozen kobolds.
But he did pass because she took the 5, not the 18.
Correct.
Oh, excellent. Now we just need to cut them open.
would help if I was hitting the right button. Okay, everybody go ahead and double that for the role-playing side of that, too. Talk them out of it. I couldn't believe the reaction adjustment roll I got on that.
Yay, no kobolds were harmed in the making of this.
So 32.
Yeah. Big 32 experience for that one. Okay, back to the regional map. Okay, so we continue following the trail from the troops moving out here, and at about another hour and a half later, you come upon the remains of a sizable encampment. Looks like there's 5 fire pits, and several about a dozen spots scattered around the area of the small glade, with piled up grasses and pine boughs, roughly rectangular. Each of them is roughly rectangular in shape. Looks like they're probably setting up flooring in the underneath tents, most likely. There does not appear to be any sign of the troops.
So there are signs of an attack, or just desertion? Sorry, couldn't have missed that.
It doesn't look like there was an attack. It looks like everything was packed up relatively orderly. The fire pits are still intact. There's, you can see a layer of sand tossed over.
Okay, packed up and left. All right.
Charred bits of wood poking out of it.
Okay. Any signs in which way they headed off to? I mean, is the only trail the one we came in on, or is there another one heading out somewhere?
There appear to be two trails. The source, the head of the freshet there. One trail heads southwest, and the other heads due north. You're going to give me an observation check and perception and or observation for each of you, please.
Okay.
Intelligence or wisdom, whichever is higher, or if you have observation, then go ahead and roll the skill. If you're rolling just a perception, intelligence, or wisdom, then it's at half of your ability score.
Holy shit.
So lift me up higher, give me a better view.
What if
What's your
that didn't
highest
work?
intelligence or wisdom, Leah?
I'm looking
What's it,
at
Mark?
14.
Weird, it's not working.
Alan, what were you saying didn't work?
It didn't divide my intelligence by 2, so my original check failed.
Oh, okay.
Because
So
you're
you
supposed to
can't tell
round
which
down.
of the 2 trails was most recently used. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, you were right there on the bubble there, Thalion. I saw that. And nobody has tracking, correct? Because the ranger bailed.
Yeah. Correct. When the kobolds dispersed, they took off further south, I assume, or which direction did they kind of head off into?
Yeah, they headed due south.
Okay. Well, this is unfortunate.
Suddenly, a trip to Port Haravan doesn't seem like such a bad idea, does it? We have big water down there.
Yeah, but now we have a task at hand. Due north.
Is the macro not applying modifiers, Thalion?
It doesn't apply. It doesn't create products or. It only does plus and minus. It doesn't do, for some reason, it's not multiplying or dividing. So.
Yeah, because the modifiers are in a different. The modifiers under a separate plus or minus query.
No. No, the function is in the answer to the query. So, theoretically, it should work. And when I tested it, it did work originally, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, I noticed a few weeks ago that a lot of macros that were working with the modifiers and stuff kind of stopped working right. So I think it's something they changed in the scripting, how it addresses stuff.
Yeah. Particularly
I
carriage
remember that was
returns.
like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
So, we flip a coin? Or what's our best guess? I'll pull out my map of the area and see where it's at, and looking at it, where we're at in relationship to the rest of the country, and how it lays out. So it's like, well, we're just kind of south of that sacked village, kind of. It's possible that this trail might head off up to there. So is this an older trail, you think? I mean, they could have come in from all sorts of angles, I know. Just throwing
Wow.
it out there.
Well, the path
Yeah.
we came in on seems the most likely point of exit as well. I mean, it was pretty trodden down, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one we came in on, yeah. But it was also an older
It doesn't
path.
make sense they would have left that way. Like we know what's fresh and what's old.
It's possible, but we didn't. Well, you can kind of tell whether it's,
Well, remember the information you had from the sergeant or the lieutenant back at the first camp was that the platoon stationed out here was going to move towards where the commander believed that the orcs were trying to build a fort. They were intending to go and take out the fort before it could be established.
My guess is to the southwest. To the north could have been refugees heading north. The path east would have been the path that the soldiers take to get to this outpost in the first place. And most everything that's is coming is generally coming from the south. So that's my reasoning behind it.
Okay, I'll go that way. I mean, we'll see something down that way. If not, maybe we'll get another clue.
Do you have, I don't imagine you have any knowledge of the elven ancestry of areas in this, around here, Dalian?
No, only my own. I never really learned to read or study things.
Yes. Well, stories, and, I mean...
Nope, not much for
Surely
stories.
Grandpa sat you on his knee and gave you some stories or anything?
Nope.
No?
I'm good at riding horses, singing, sensing directions, and swimming. That's it.
Gotcha.
I can barely speak to you.
Yes, Stallion was very focused on martial skills.
Yes. How about the quiet ones? Edward, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
I know how to break rocks.
You know how to break rocks.
Yes, big rocks. Look at these arms.
And the quietest of them all, and looks over at Wea. Any thoughts?
Wea shrugs.
Let the bard handle it.
Well, one vote for Southwest and four votes for
No,
undecided.
I agreed with you. Southwest,
Okay,
let's go.
Southwest.
Let's
2
go.
votes Southwest. Okay. We'll look at the Southwest path a little bit more. See if there's get any more information. Surely we can tell some simple
Okay.
tracks such as horse and human feet. Something we're used to seeing a little more.
Yeah, all the traffic on the path just appears to be booted feet, no animals at all.
No animals, but they are booted of human size.
Say again?
Of human size.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's head southwest, see what we can find.
All right.
Agreed.
The hills are getting a lot rougher through here. So, the path appears to be similar to what you followed along the north side of the freshet to the camp, where it's primarily just looks like soldiers marching in columns.
Also, what time was it
It's
when we got to this
relatively
point?
narrow. When you get to the abandoned camp, it's about 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. So we got a few hours we could move onward then. That's what I was checking on. That we weren't heading off into the darkness.
Yeah, we got a couple hours to travel left.
Okay. Moving onward then.
Was there anything useful here left in the camp that they abandoned that we could make use of, or it's just basically completely stripped?
No, it's completely stripped. I mean, they didn't tear apart the fire pits, but I mean, all the tents, there's really nothing at all. A few scraps of leathers from soldiers refitting new straps onto their armor or stuff like that. That's about it.
Okay, onward.
You guys make it about other. By making it about 4 more miles before the end of the day, and let me check something more. Okay. Okay, quick. As about 2.5, 3 miles from the camp, you find some dried blood smeared along several trees along the side of the path.
At what height?
About 4 feet, 4.5 feet.
That's where it stops, or that's where it tops off at? I mean, is it from ground to 4 feet high, or starts at 4 feet high and goes up?
It's just like a smear on along several tree trunks at about 4 feet high.
Yeah, at the 4 feet high. Okay, gotcha.
It's not like it was dripping down. It just
something brushed by it that was bleeding.
Correct.
Okay, I'll point that out to the party. I don't imagine it's probably not possible to tell which direction the smear kind of carried.
fresh is it?
Roll me another observation if you want to try to figure out how old it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Be a week. Could be 2 days.
Right. Yeah, I can't tell. All right. But we still have somewhat of a path that we can see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna set up camp before we get too deep into the night. What do y'all think? Or you want to keep pushing?
Well, let's find a good safe spot. Maybe not right next to this blood stain, but good safe spot.
I don't think forced marching would be a very good idea.
That's why I'm suggesting we step as well. So, actually, sign of the battle might not necessarily be a bad spot. I don't know. Not that we can drag that wagon off into the wild too much. But yeah, whatever safe spot we can kind of find in the proximity.
Well, if it's the site of a battle with many dead.
A few clearings. You are noticing that the trees are thinning out considerably. It's getting a lot rockier and rougher as you move onward.
Well, if we camp at a battleground, at least there's a chance we are attacked in the middle of the night by a necromancer and hordes of undead, seeing as how there's so many dead bodies around.
You're
or
just
lack
nice
thereof.
and cheery today.
But I would like that too
You're
much.
still upset that we didn't get a chance to kill those kobolds?
Entirely too much.
I can tell. I'm sorry. Actually, I thought I'd be provoking him into a fight, so my intentions failed.
If you think about it,
Guard tip of the night is
by talking to those kobolds before killing them, we found out there's a giant in the area. So if we actually go giant hunting, we know possibly where he was at.
A magic-using giant at that.
Yeah, probably a ogre mage.
Yeah. Something along those lines. We already seen him.
and they
He
were
somehow
very emphatic
didn't see
about it
us.
being a giant.
Casually keeps role-playing his character anyways.
Okay, hey, why are you paying for Benson?
Vic will take first watch.
And I shall take the second.
I prefer last watch because that way it gives me a chance to spend some time communing with artists, which I like to do first thing.
Yeah, I got that. Alright. The evening is uneventful. So, yeah, next morning.
Breakfast.
So, you said they was frying up that mutton with eggs.
Ah, yes, the mutton. Hmm. Mmm. I've been looking forward to this.
It looks very carefully looks it over and find a particular small spot and cut off a small piece. That looks as clean as possible. And well done. Once it's cooked.
Well, it looks like it was a pretty thoroughly smoke cured
Smoke cured, so it's already cooked, so to speak.
mutton leg. So, once you get past the grit ground into the surface,
Yeah, if I could detect that, I'll
too
slice
bad.
that off. Slice off the outside part.
Well, the grit just makes it like Mama used to make.
Oh no, you don't know my mom. She took care of that. She cut off the crust for me. All that good stuff. Only the best.
all right. The next day, you get light winds and being pretty heavily overcast. Uh, not quite signs of rain yet.
Guess we'll move out when everyone's done with breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, give me about 30 seconds, real quick, to refill my drink.
Yay.
Okay, throat was getting dry there. Okay, as you continue on, the trail turns more southward, and then at about 10:30, you clear around a bluff, and you can see several miles to the west some smoke curling up from around a really jagged outcropping of rock. Sticks up about 400 feet above the rest of the hills in the area.
Perhaps we should go there.
Yeah, I think
They've
it warrants investigation.
built a fire. Hopefully it's some humanoids we can possibly kill this time. Eh?
Or it's the soldiers from the observation post, and we can get information about where the orcs are so we can go kill them.
Wea shakes his head.
So, is there a way that we can turn west, or is the trail still continuing south?
Yeah, the trail continues more towards the west. It looks like it's headed for the north to working its way around the north side of the bluff and the spire on the hill.
Where the smoke's at?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we go towards the smoke.
If that's along the path, then so be it. Path of least resistance in that direction.
Yeah, the path is going there already.
Perhaps if they are men, they'll be under attack by humanoids, and we can slay them and save the day.
Possibly.
Okay. The trail winds its way westward and a little bit back to the north, down a gully between a couple of the hills. You lose sight of the rising smoke for about an hour. Where the heck?
As we're coming up, I'd like to say, if we get within, if we can tell, within a few hundred yards of the smoke and we haven't seen it, then maybe we might need to dismount or kind of scout ahead a little bit more quietly to see what's going on first.
Well, I should like to bring Machineth with us anyways, in case there are treasures to behold, or bodies to be pulled out of holes or something. You never know.
Well, or if we have to run, then Machineth can be bait.
Yes, he's not hauling anything yet, so I've got everything in my backpack so far.
Okay. Okay. The map is not oriented correctly. Sorry.
Just tell us which way's north. That'll be good.
Well, you're not quite there yet, but okay. As you come back out of the defile, as you come up out of the defile, and you can see where this up ahead, you see a what looks like a wooden fortress. It's got a log palisade, roughly 16 feet tall, surrounding it, and like several columns of kind of a greasy black smoke coming up out of the center. It's still about a mile and a half off.
Behold, a wooden fortress. Perhaps the keep of a ranger lord. I should like to have a closer
Or-
look.
Definitely. Or maybe it's the orcs. The fortress that the guardsman told us about. That was going to be investigated. So
You read my mind, dude.
moves forward, keeping out of any line of sight of the gate or at an angle to try and hide our presence as much as possible as we approach it. Keeping an eye on the walls and the surrounding area. Well, 16 feet tall might just be a giant's picket fence. Nice quiet neighborhood that it is here.
Well, you know what they say, good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say. Well, where I'm from.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I swore I had all these maps set up, and apparently all of the images are loaded, and it didn't save any of the actual pages that I had set up. So
Handle your business. We'll wait.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. We'll just have role play conversations. It's
you-
no problem.
As you're closing in on it, you see a looks like there's a kind of a rough road that the trail you've been following empties out onto. The road is running pretty much north-south. There's an offshoot that you can see as you come out onto the road or up to the road. You can see it looks like there's an offshoot heading to the east, to the south side of the summit.
Oh, so we've actually looped around to the west side of the summit?
Well, you guys were following the defile on the north side that looked like the troops had been moving along.
Right.
But there's appears to be another road that
Because we're coming from the
not
east
too
already,
far
right?
to the south of where you're at. Right. And it heads back to the east along the south side of the summit rather than on the north side where you guys came in.
Okay.
The split up isn't very. It's only a couple hundred yards from where you guys come out to the road.
Gotcha. Can we see an entrance to the wall yet?
Are you still?
Well, we're making our way along the
You're
path.
still like a mile and a half away.
Okay. So,
I mean, you can see the fort on the side of the hill.
but we can't see any
a bit
entrances
down
or
from the
exits.
summit. You can see there look like there's several towers with some large sort of machinery on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like a couple little buildings in front of it.
Quite sophisticated for orcs. So we're at the split whether we can either go east or continue south. I guess.
Yep.
Guess head east. Does the east path look like it comes around back up into the fortress from the south then, or something?
No, the path to the east looks like it splits off. I mean, you're a mile away where this
Okay. Well, we'll
wooden palace
head
of
towards the fortress.
Fort is. Okay. Yeah, I swore I'd set up like 5 new maps, and I've got all the graphics, but the map pages aren't actually set up. I don't know what happened.
They didn't go to your outer space campaign, did they?
No? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay.
Tell me what you know of orcs. Are they capable of creating siege machines?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
You're back. Yay. Okay. Um, as you're moving up towards the fort, you get to first of all, exactly how are you doing so? I need more information than you're moving towards the fort.
Well, like I said, trying to keep ourselves out of direct line of sight of the fort as much as possible. I don't know what the terrain allows for us to do that, but and trying to keep an eye out for.
It's real rough hills and stuff. So.
Right. So if we can keep ourselves out of line of sight, and as soon as we see the fort, observe the fort to see if there's anything to observe on the fort, on the walls, anything moving, entrances, guards, whatever, and decide whether it's clear to continue moving on. But other than that,
Okay,
continue
so
to move
you
towards
can
the
see
fort
from
till
the
we get within a
distance,
few hundred yards.
You say Right. The palisade wall is roughly 16 feet tall. As you're approaching, you can see at each of the corners and the east and west corners on the north side, there are two towers which stand about 20 feet tall with what look like ballista on them. And there's a large bronze-bound gate with a tower on each side of it with another ballista on top of each one. There's a small outbuilding in front of next to the path in front of it, next to the path leading up to the gate.
Have we observed any beams
There's a lot of
in the guard towers yet?
what few trees. Say again?
Have we been able to see any beams on these guard towers yet?
There's some there's movement on the two towers next to the gate. You don't notice any movement on the ones at the corners.
Okay.
Come on now, you gotta sing it all along the watchtower.
All along the watchtower.
Written
Knowing
by,
that, kind
written
of
by
keep remove the
Nobel Prize winning author Bob Dylan. Thank you.
move the group out of sight of the towers, and think this might be a good place to hold up the animals until we get a better idea. But unless you just want to ride up to it, but if it's a bunch of orcs,
Okay.
they'll probably